Hello everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Jón Ómar Erlingsson, and I'm the general manager of Oddi, which is a producer of, among other things, packaging from plastic. First, if I tell you a little bit about myself and the company I represent. We are a producer of packaging and printed material. About 70% of our turnover comes from packaging. 25% of that is from plastic. And just to give you a perspective on the plastic bags, which have been discussed a lot lately, around 3.5% of our turnover comes from the production of grocery bags from plastic. So we are, of course, a stakeholder when it comes to plastic and the use of plastic. But perhaps more importantly, we are very dependent on our natural resources, especially the ocean, since, for example, 1/3 of our turnover comes directly from the fishing industry. And we are, of course, a part of the Icelandic economy, which is heavily dependent on the clean oceans surrounding our country. Not the least, we are an eco-labeled company. We have the Nordic Swan label for our production. We're actually the first packaging company in the world to receive this label. So we take our responsibility very seriously when it comes to the environment. You have perhaps seen this picture before. None of those things belong in the oceans. None of them. Some degrade faster than others. Plastic is among the slowest to degrade in the oceans, but none of them belongs there. Most of the plastic that ends up in the oceans comes from land use, from landfills, or is blown out at sea. And the majority of plastic is used for packaging. And since I also come from a packaging company, I'm going to talk a little bit about packaging. But the implications for other products made of plastics are similar. If you talk about packaging and the use of plastic for packaging to address this serious problem of plastic in the oceans, it's very important that we look at the big picture. It's very easy to jump at fast conclusions and fast actions and ban things and make laws that make something illegal. But if we are truly going to be beneficial to the environment, we need to look at the bigger picture. Packaging in general have a lot of purposes. The most important purpose of packaging is to protect the content. The content is made from natural resources, so in effect packaging are protecting our natural resources and allowing them to reach point to point intact. This is especially true for food, and it has been estimated that a staggering 30% of the food made in the EU is wasted today. This is an enormous amount. Just to put it into context, in the few minutes since I started talking here, we have the population of the world had wasted similar amount of food as the Icelandic nation consumes in 1 year. And when it comes to reducing this waste and protecting the content, and especially food, packaging play a major role. I'm going to show you a short video that highlights this. I think you'll agree with me that we need to look at the big picture when we talk about actions to protect the environment. We need to take the total environmental impact of our actions into account when we take actions. Every product that we make uses some sort of a natural resource, and we need to look at the whole consumption and how it reaches its destination before we take any action. But if we can agree on that packaging is doing some good, are there alternative materials to plastic that we can use? There are. But again, if we take into account the total impact, you can see that the picture isn't so simple. Here we have a study for 3 types of single-use grocery bags. The first one is made of paper, or even 30% recycled paper. Then combustible plastic. There are types of plastic that are combustible, that disintegrate faster in nature. And then in the end, there's the typical grocery bag, the polyethylene grocery bag. This study shows that the environmental impact of producing these 3 types of packaging is very different. Compared to the polyethylene bag, the other 2, the combustible plastic and paper, use from 3 to 20 times more resources in the production. Of course, if you throw them all into the sea, the polyethylene bag is going to last the longest. But we need to look at the whole picture once again. We need to look at the resources that went into making those types of bags. So my conclusion has to be that we really need to put effort into stop plastic from reaching the oceans in the first place. There are alternative materials, but there is today no magic material that has all the good benefits of plastic, but none of the bad. And in any case, our focus should not be to pollute the oceans with better products. We should try to stop polluting the ocean at all. Thank you.